This is the Quintos de Homem Vinho Verde, so a Branco wine from Portugal. Branco, Vinho Verde, what's going on here?
So yeah, Quintos de Homem is the winemaker, Vinho Verde is the region, and Branco, white. It's a white blend. So we refer to the wine as Vinho Verde by the region rather than say what the grape variety is, just like maybe with Rioja. We talk about Rioja as a wine when actually it's the place and the grapes are different. It's the same with Vinho Verde. It is a blend. Now, a lot of Portuguese wine are blends, and the grape varieties are really difficult to pronounce, but this one will be made with Loureiro, Arinto, which is like their most common white grape, and Alvarinho, which might sound very similar to Albarino from the northern part of Spain, which is just across the road, and it's the same grape. So Vinho Verde as a region, well, it's called green wine. Vinho Verde, green wine. And it's green because it's young, not necessarily in colour, but it does sometimes appear green in the glass, but it's green because it's young, and that means that they basically don't give the grapes too much ripening time. They harvest while they're young. It keeps the ABV down, what we're talking here, Dan.
11.5.
A lovely 11.5, but it keeps the acidity super high, and Vinho Verde wines are zingy.
I mean, I've just taken a couple of sips of that, and it's really really getting you in here. That is like, biting a lemon, like full whack of citrus. In there,
lemon sherbet, I always think, because there's a slight fizz as well in there.
Yeah.
The acidity is so high that you can actually almost feel it tingling. And you've had, when we've pouched this wine in the past, or Vinho Verdes in the past, you've actually had like symptoms of it being fizzy in the pouch, haven't you?
Yeah. It tends to froth through the machine, and we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, I mean, you said there about Albarino. Are a lot of Portuguese grapes just different names, or a lot of them just native to Portugal,
Most of them are native to Portugal, actually. There are only a couple that I can think of that have a Spanish equivalent across the road, but most of them are native, and we know very little about them because actually most of Portuguese winemaking has been consumed, certainly from a UK point of view, import. So we don't know about what grapes are import, we just know that it's Taylor's or Sandeman's, but there are native Portuguese grapes in there, like Touriga Nacional and grapes like that. So yeah, we don't tend to know the names as well as we do the French or the Spanish, but they are mostly native, and they're great.
Nice. I mean, like you said, a lot of winemaking here is blends. This particular winemaker, obviously, we've had a couple of these, do a lot of blends, but they're also, as a winemaker as well, they're doing a lot sustainably. Is it family run?
Yeah, it's all family run. So there's Nuno, his father, Arinto, I think his name is, and the wife is Anna. And actually, if you look up Quintas de Homem, they have like Airbnbs and stuff. It looks amazing. Like you go there and stay. The food looks fantastic. So family operation. They do actually do single varietals as well. We haven't stocked them in the past, but we certainly could do. So they do single varietals, so just one grape of each of the ones they do, just to show you what the difference is. But the blends very much are at the heart of what they do. And yeah, they're members of the ISBO, which is like a big organisation for sustainability in Portugal. And it controls things like not using pesticides with chemicals in, not using too much machinery that can damage the land and have long-term impact on soil. So it's all about farming, but in a sustainable way.
Nice. For me, this wine screams sunshine. So definitely, when are you drinking this? You're reaching for it when the sun is out and you're sat in the garden. But so high acid. What are you eating with it?
Well, yeah, for me it's a patio wine. Funnily enough, Vinho Verde is one of the coolest parts of Portugal. It's in northern Portugal, but that's why you get that high acidity from the cool climate. But for me, it is a summer patio wine, super refreshing. I actually enjoy wines like this after you've had a day of, maybe if you've had a lot of different foods, or if you've done a lot of wine tasting. It's like a palate cleanser. It's just refreshing. It's easy. It's almost like fizzy pop. So I like it for sort of just swigging back. If I was going to do it with food, it's going to have to be something quite light and acidic, probably salady stuff, which, I mean, certainly not my bag. I'd probably just have the wine.
Yeah. I was going to say, well, when you were saying, palate cleanser, I'm thinking ditch the sorbet, put it on the Vinho Verde.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right, well, I'll drink to that.
Cheers.